A little bit about all this before I get into it. The following is a preview for something I've been writing for a little while now. It's connected to the beginning of the end folktale thing I made a couple months ago. I turned that into a video format, link in corner, and it's part of a storyline I came up with called Dark Matter. It almost kind of scares me that I wrote this. Note that all of this is still in its early stages, and everything is subject to change. And without further ado, enjoy. Prologue.
The power of evil itself is created and manifested in this dark matter. Each universe is built on it, so there is infiltrated, even the wine. The assumptions want to be central, against the goals that can spread from now. Earth, especially one in the third dimension, and so much concrete that can soul, and many living creatures to filled with evil. Evil that infected and corrupted Earth once before, and got close sometime afterwards, but had been cast away. And yes, the vessels of evil already have eyes that can dance dark now. That's why he knew what those humans were up to. He knew they'd be creating a wormhole. His goal was to direct that wormhole towards his world, and send the world substance forward. It would fester and wreak havoc on everything. He had the master, and I was to control and infect the world. And so, our story picks up again. The time is come for chaos to engulf Earth.
Chapter 1. The Discovery. Mike was incredibly excited to conduct this experiment. Two particles were to be hurled at each other at high speeds, and when they collided, they would either create something new or open a wormhole, sending some substance to Earth. This time it was different, though, because the company had a specific material in mind. They didn't expect to actually find it, of course. "Everything is ready, sir," informed the lead technician. "Now give it all you've got." Mike did exactly that. He put his hands on the two levers on the control panel that lay before him and pulled. Suddenly, all the scientists and technicians could hear nothing but an enormous vacuum-like sound. It got louder and louder, and then you could hear those particles moving. And then it happened, the moment they'd been waiting for. It sounded like a bomb. It was one of the loudest things Mike had ever heard. It was louder than any of the previous collision experiments. That just had to mean that the machine hit something out of the ordinary. Mike and all the scientists, who, thank goodness, were wearing hazmat suits, went down the tunnel which allowed them to inspect the tube. The hallway was filled with wires and cables and gears and cogs and so much. It was claustrophobic to an uncomfortable level, but it was in the name of science, after all. They came to where the tubes met. A large sphere was at that central point that contained whatever the byproducts of the collision would be. It was a moment of great anticipation as Mike opened the door. What he saw could never be forgotten. He saw a bright sphere, the other side of a wormhole, and as it closed, it excreted a strange substance. It materialized and enveloped the chamber in a dark, viscous, gelatinous cloud. It was black and purple and looked like lightning was erupting from it. Mike let everyone see. They were overjoyed and yet horrified as they looked at this substance swirling around them. Mike opened his mouth to speak. His words came to him slowly, but he got a hold of them. "This must be it," he said. "This must be what we've been looking for." He shuddered in disbelief. This must be dark matter. Chapter 2. Further Research. The Council of Temporal and Interdimensional Travel was alerted at precisely 3 a.m. on December 21st of 2012. No, the world didn't end in 2012 on the winter solstice like all those people said it would, but the secret to possibly destroying the entire multiverse was discovered. At the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, they discovered the Higgs boson particle that same year, and now this? Dark matter? Obviously, there was some further research needing to be done. Firstly, dark matter was considered to be the secret to opening up other realms. Ancient people used it to commune with the realm of possibilities, a dimension that connected all dimensions together. It is said that there is a hall that stretches to infinity, filled with the knowledge of everything that has happened, will happen, and has yet to happen, though the yet to happen section was said to be too dangerous, and only usually unhelpful information would appear and disappear at random. But these were only legends. Secondly, dark matter, despite the negative connotation associated with its name, can be used for both good and evil. It just depends on whose hands it's in, and what energy is flowing through it. In this case, the material was purposefully flung through a wormhole from another universe, which had been, to put it bluntly, corrupted. The council was global, collectively run by all the world's governments, and built on the sum of centuries of research, and yet they couldn't get anything right. They had the ability to travel through time, but most of their missions to stop terrible historical events from happening were all failures. Furthermore, they still didn't have the secret to teleportation or interdimensional travel just yet. So when the Mindcold Corporation told them of this newfound substance, they jumped at the opportunity. After all, Mindcold was a partner to the council, and they'd helped each other out before, so they had to take their word for it. Right? Mike knocked on the door of his friend's house. This friend of his worked for the council, but not Mindcold. He was an old friend, and they always did this kind of thing together. A project, if you will. The door began to open, revealing Mike's friend Bill. "Hello, friend. Good to see you. I assume you're coming to see my idea." "Yes," Mike responded. "I hope I'm not intruding." "Of course not. Now come on in." He then stepped through the fort. Beyond the door was a very clean, nicely furnished house. Mike met his friend's son and daughter and his wife for the first time in a couple of years. Everything was right with the world, it would seem. Then they finally walked to his office. There was a desktop computer, but the tower was that of a full-fledged server. And don't even get me started on all those books borrowed from the council's archive. They were on subjects like time-space continuum, black holes, wormholes, time travel, and old tales relating to other universes and things of the like. "What happened to your office, Bill?" "Oh," he responded, "just the council leaving it up to me to figure out how to open portals with dark matter," he said in a sarcastic tone, definitely not tired of writing down equations all night for the past 2 weeks. He explained to Mike that he had a general idea of what to do, a mechanism that would send such great power through the material that it would create a portal. Bill believed that to do this successfully, he'd need to find the exact way that the ancient people did it. But that knowledge had been lost to time. Mike thought this was a reckless thing to do, and might be a waste of time. There was a part of him that said yes, however, and that part engulfed him with curiosity. They'd organize a team of scientists and scour the archives until they found something, a clue that would reveal everything. So they set out for the Council's World HQ to look in the archives of temporal and interdimensional travel. And everyone, that is pretty much it. That is all I have for you today. I have actually a little bit more, but I don't want to go too far because I don't want to spoil everything. So, yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe. Maybe share this video with your friends. My socials are in the description. maybe watch some more videos on my channel. I don't know. But yeah, my name is Pablo, and I'm signing off, and goodbye. See you in the next one.